Welcome to Over 40 Fabulous and Pregnant. I'm your host, Jamie Massey. Well, I'm not pregnant. I am in my 40s and I'm trying to get pregnant. I help share women's stories to celebrate and support these women's pregnancy journey. While we do discuss medical treatments and drugs sometimes, we are not doctors. These are women's experiences and should not be taken as medical advice. So get comfortable and let's get started with today's show. We have Stephanie on the show today. She is a work-from-home mom of 2 and 1 on the way. She is passionate about clear skin and she has amazing skin to back it up. If you're interested in finding more about Stephanie or her skincare products, I'll leave a link to her Instagram in the show notes. Stephanie didn't think she could get pregnant because she just turned 40. But come to find out, she found out she was pregnant well into her second trimester. And to me, that sounds pretty amazing. However, her doctor told her she was too far along in her pregnancy to be seen. And I had no idea this was a thing. You should really hear it from her. Stephanie, welcome to Over 40 Fabulous and Pregnant.
Hello, thank you. Thanks for having me.
And before we get into everything, Stephanie, if you'll tell us what you do, where you're from, your family, your hobby, your interest.
Sure. Well, we live up in Prosper, Texas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We're originally from East Texas, but my husband and I have a 7-year-old and a 2.5-year-old, and then the one on the way. And then I work at home or from anywhere, really. I'm a consultant with Rodan & Field Skincare. So that's kind of what I do. I take care of the kids and work my business.
That's cool. So you work from home?
Yeah, from home or anywhere I can get some internet. Yeah, I work from home.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So in both of your first 2 kids, you said were IVF.
No, the first one was not. The second one was. We did 2 rounds of IVF for the second one, and the first one was natural.
That's cool. And this third one was a surprise, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh. Yes. A total, surprise isn't even the word. Yeah, it's a total surprise. I did not think with all the trouble that we had with our second one, I didn't think I could get pregnant. So it was just the last thing on my mind.
And I don't think you mentioned how old you were when you found out.
40. I just turned 40 it's about 6 months ago.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so I guess this time it wasn't hard getting pregnant, but you said your first one was natural?
Yeah, it was natural. In my mind, it felt like it was taking forever, but I mean, looking back, it took us about 7 months to get pregnant. But it was just all natural. We were just kind of, doing all the timing and watching everything. And finally it happened. But with the second one, I guess I felt like, because I was getting older and I knew that, and we had a couple of losses. So we decided to do IVF for that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the first one was natural.
That's great.
Yeah.
So how far along are you right now? Tell me.
22 weeks.
22 weeks. So we're over halfway.
Yeah, I'm over the halfway hump.
That's great.
Yeah.
So how did you just use your same doctor? How did you decide on that?
Well, for this time, I did end up using the same one. It was kind of another traumatic story for me because when I found out I was pregnant, of course, I was freaking out. Just because I was in shock. I mean, I'm excited. I think it's a gift and a blessing for sure, but I just was not expecting that. Mm-hmm. And so I called the doctor to try to make an appointment. I took these pregnancy tests at home and I said, okay, I got positive tests. I need to make an appointment. And they asked me when the last day or the first day of my last cycle was. And I told them, well, I think, I wrote this down. I think it was April 19th. And she's like, well, I'll have to see if the doctor can take you because according to that, you're like 18 weeks along and we don't take people past, I think it was 16 weeks. And I was like, what do you mean you don't take people?
Yeah.
She said, well, if you haven't had your first appointment yet, we don't usually take them. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? And she's like, well, we'll check with the doctor and see if she'll take you. And so I was like, well, what do I do if she won't take me? And they said, well, we'll let you know from there. And so I was in my mind in a state of panic. So I just started
Yeah.
researching and, calling all these other doctors to see if anybody would take me. And apparently that's a big thing. A lot of doctors won't take you past 12 weeks or 16. But my doctor ended up calling me back that day and they took me, actually the very next day. So thank the Lord I was able to get in with her.
Yeah, thank goodness. I had never heard that before.
I hadn't either. And I was like, what? I'm already freaking out. This is not helping me. What do you mean she won't take me? And I've gone to her for, I don't know, like 10 or 15 years. She's delivered both of my babies. What do you mean she won't take me? So that was,
Yeah.
yeah.
Stress on top of stress.
Oh, for sure. In the moment, it was really scary and traumatic.
Mm-hmm. So how has your pregnancy been so far?
Well, it was so great that I didn't even know I was pregnant. It's been
Yeah.
great. It's been easy. I honestly had in my mind that since I turned 40, I knew my body would start changing. And so I just thought I was getting like midsection bloating and weight gain and tiredness. And
Mm-hmm.
I was really bummed and kind of down about it. And I made an appointment with another doctor just to check my hormone levels and my thyroid and all that stuff. Because I was really worried. I was like, man, I'm really gaining some weight quick. And not thinking anything like that was pregnancy was the last thing on my mind.
Did you change your diet or anything like that?
Well, when I thought I was gaining weight, no, I hadn't at all. I mean, really, no. Nothing had changed. Like I exercise pretty regularly, like 4 times a week. So I was like, I'm still exercising, like nothing is changing. I don't know what's happening. And so that's why I was really starting to kind of panic.
Wow, that's funny.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing, but I mean, I didn't think I could get pregnant. So it's the last thing on my mind.
Sure. I can totally see that. You just kind of think I'm 40, I'm kind of done.
Yeah, I'm falling apart. Here we go.
Yeah. So how have you been preparing so far? Have you done like classes, the nursery? Are you like the third kid? Whatever?
Kind of. I mean, I'm kind of just like, it was such a surprise and shock. And I was already 18 weeks whenever we found out. So we're kind of just taking it in strides like, well, all right, I guess we're going to make this work, which we can. I mean, the nursery is still kind of set up. My 2-year-old's in it, so we'll just move him up and put the baby in there. And yeah, I mean, I'm not taking any classes this round, I don't think. But I mean, we're just trying to figure out how we're going to make it work with 3, which we can, but we're going to be outnumbered here. So we're going to be playing zone defense instead of man on man. So
that's right. So what is your plan for that? Are you going to have the 2 older kids share a room, I guess?
Well, we actually have enough space for each one to have their own room up there. So,
Okay.
yeah, and the little ones will both be boys. So, they can share stuff when they need to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we'll let
I like that idea.
The older girl have her own stuff pretty much. Her own little area.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
So your birth plan, what have you do you go into birth? How do you go into that?
Well, we're going to do everything, at the hospital with the doctor. For both of my kids, we did, we had it planned. I'm losing the word right now, but,
you were induced.
So like yes, I was induced. I'm sorry. I totally lost the word. Yeah, we were induced. So we kind of had a plan, and it ended up that my daughter, when we went in to be induced, she was ready to come out. So she would have been right on time. My son was a little different. I actually, the day before, or maybe 2 days, I was supposed to be induced with him. I ended up getting Bell's palsy,
Mhm.
which was terrifying. And the doctor ended up getting us in early, like the day early, so I could go ahead and start getting on some kind of medicine to help hopefully clear it, which it did a week or two later. But so yeah, we're gonna do everything hospital. I did do drugs when I got there. Um, so yeah, we husband was in the room, and everything was pretty quick. Nothing miserable or terrible about it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of how it went.
How long was your first two births each?
Um, Gosh, really not that long. I mean, I want to say my daughter was probably like 5 to 7 hours, if that. But like
Oh
when
my
it was
gosh, how
actually,
lucky.
oh, I know. I mean, when it was actually time to go, it was like, like literally like two pushes, and I was laughing along the way, and she was out, and the doctor was like, "Man, keep having babies because that was easy."
No
Um,
kidding.
Yeah, and then kind of similar with my second one, but it was way different because it was during COVID and I had oxygen on, everybody was wearing like masks and oxygen, and um it was just different feel.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean it was easy and quick, and I couldn't have asked for anything better. So yeah, they went pretty well. I'm praying that the third one will too.
Yeah. Did you ever consider a doula?
Not really. No, I never. I mean, I'm not against them. That's just not really anything I ever kind of thought about or considered.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any like plans of like music or anything like that?
During the birth, you mean?
Yeah.
Or, okay. No, I don't. I don't even remember if my doctor asked me what kind of music I want. I'm pretty sure she didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mean, we play, I have those little baby bump headphone things that you can put on your bump and play some music. So I do that every night. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and at least, get him some music going and get his brain flowing. But nothing, I don't have a plan for anything during the birth, but that's a good question. I could ask about that. Is it supposed to be beneficial, or does it just help mom chill out?
Well, I guess for me, I picture this like low lighting, I want to have my own music playing, like just to get me in that zone.
Oh, yeah. See, I didn't even think about that. To me, I was just like, okay, it's go time. Let's do it. Turn on the lights you
Uh-huh.
need. Let's go.
Yeah. I've even considered hypnobirthing.
Mm, I never heard of that.
I think it's just almost like a strong meditation to kind of help you with the pain.
Oh, instead of doing the drugs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
In a perfect world, I would do no drugs.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just have this utopia of like birth and all that stuff. So it's just interesting
Yeah.
to see what other people's opinions are.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
It's your big day. So you do whatever you need to do to make yourself get through it, is how I feel.
Yeah.
Safely and
Yeah.
everybody healthy.
Uh-huh. It's funny that we celebrate births, but we never really celebrate the mother giving the birth.
Oh, you know what? That is funny because we were talking about my daughter's birthday cake today, and I was like, well, speaking of births, I think we should have a cake when I give birth to this baby because, I mean, it's a birthday. We should celebrate. So let's have some
Mm-hmm.
cake. So yeah, I
Yeah.
totally agree with that.
Yeah. I just thought about that, but it's
Yeah.
just kind of funny how we do that. The mom
Yeah,
doesn't get
totally.
any credit anymore.
Right? Yeah, it already goes to the kid.
Uh-huh. So what about the cord cutting and like the placenta? Do you have any plans for that?
My husband has cut the cord on both of the kids. But yeah, no, nothing fancy or different with the placenta for us.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of
Yeah,
things that you can do, but that's just nothing we've really thought about.
yeah. I find that interesting.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. I don't know that I have plans for that either, but Does other people do it? Like, tell me more if they do.
I haven't heard. I feel like it's I've seen a couple of TV shows that had it on there,
Hmm.
but it's nothing like a regular thing. I mean, I feel like if it was something we definitely, without a doubt, should be doing, then the doctor would probably say, "Hey, everybody's doing this. Are you going to do this?" But my doctor didn't even offer, to do anything with it. So
Hmm.
we just didn't really think any further on it.
Hmm. Did you have any like tearing or anything with your other births?
I did. I'm trying to even remember which one. I think it was with the second one because I'd already had one natural. Like they were both natural. I haven't had C-sections, knock on
Hmm.
wood. Um, so yeah, and I remember being a little bit concerned about it, but I mean, the doctor stitched me right up and, I went to healing and, now it's pretty average, fine. Yeah.
That's good because I know like
Yeah.
they used to cut, but now they don't anymore. I think.
Yeah, I wasn't cut, but she did have to stitch me up a little bit
Hmm.
afterwards.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I already had kind of told my doctor, like, let's just minimize the drama and like things that my husband's going to see. And, if you got to do stuff, just do it. And, let's wrap it up and
Uh-huh.
make it as not ugly as possible.
Yeah, make it as clean as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
No trauma for the husbands.
Yes. Yeah. We'll minimize if we can.
Hmm. So, do you have any recovery plans, breastfeeding, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I'll be breastfeeding, if God willing. I did for, let's see, I had planned to do a whole year with my 7-year-old, but I just didn't make it that long. It was rough. It took a long time to catch on. For
Hmm.
me, like it was just a struggle. I feel like it was very stressful. Um,
The
I
whole
remember doing,
latching, I guess. Is that what you
yeah,
mean?
the latching thing, but also just all the time. I probably was doing like overdoing it, but like I would feed her and then I would try to pump also,
Hmm.
to try to get more flowing and also to have some to feed her, as a backup to freeze it
Hmm.
and feed her when we needed it. Um, but I feel like it was overkill for me personally. And I remember it took so much time. And I remember one holiday we went home and, I remember sitting in the back room pumping and just crying because I was missing out on everything because I just kept feeding and pumping in this secluded room, while
Uh-huh.
everybody else was doing all the fun togetherness stuff. So it was just a
Yeah.
lot. And then it took a lot of time, but it was great. I mean, I know, I'm really, really glad we did it. But I think we lasted probably about 3 or 4 months. And then with my son, I think my goal was like 3 months with him. And then I still
Hmm.
had some frozen to feed him after that. Um, so we'll definitely try to start out breastfeeding and then, just see how long we can go. But yeah, we'll definitely start with that.
That's great. I
Hmm.
forgot to ask you about finding out the sex. Obviously, you did.
Oh,
Um,
yes. Yeah.
yeah.
It's a boy. Um, when we went to my appointment, um, gosh, my husband wasn't able to come because he was out of town for work. Because like we found out, and then the next day was my appointment.
Hmm.
And also, I had my toddler with me, which was another, like when we got to the doctor's office, the receptionist was like, "Well, you can't have kids in here, so you're probably going to have to reschedule." And I was like, I cannot reschedule this. What are you talking about?
No.
Y'all did not tell me this. Like, what? And it took me about an hour to get down there with the Dallas traffic and stuff. So I was like, no, we're not doing that. I cannot reschedule. She's like, let me ask the doctor. And of course, the doctor let me take him in. But anyway, I was like, y'all have to stop with all this. Um, so I asked my husband, I was like, well, I think we're far enough along that they're going to be able to tell us the sex. Do you want to know yet or do you want to wait? And he goes, I think we've had enough surprises. We better just go ahead and find out. So, they let me do, a video call with him while I was, having the sonogram done and he was able to watch on the video. So that was
Oh, that's
fun.
fun. At least he got
Yeah.
to see that, even though he couldn't come.
Oh yeah, yeah, they were really great about that. Yeah.
And what else? So what about like are you going to do a registry this time?
Well, that's another thing that was kind of funny because I told my husband, I was like, I think it's time to register for a new diaper bag. I mean, I've had this thing for like 7 years. I think I'm ready for a new one. And he was like, do we get to register? Are we going to get showers this time? And I was like, I don't know, but I mean, I can register, I guess.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I mean, I feel like we will. I mean, who knows? If we don't get a shower, it's okay. We have enough. We have some things that we've saved. Thank goodness. And then we have some neighborhood people that can donate stuff or help us, let us get it from them secondhand. And, um, but yeah, if somebody wants to throw us a shower, we definitely would register.
That's cool. I know
Yeah.
I've had friends where they just get boxes of, 3-month-old to 6 month and just load up.
Yeah, totally. Uh huh.
Hmm.
But like, I
So
think
you,
our like those car seats and stuff expire after like 6 years. So ours, they might be expired by now. I don't. We got to check all that. We weren't planning
oh
on that, but
wow.
so we got to check it.
What is it like marked on the side expiration date? Like it's
Yeah, I
milk
think
or
it's
something?
yeah, right. Isn't that crazy?
Uh, that is
I know.
strange.
Yeah, so we have to go look all that stuff up.
Wow. I mean, I guess you don't want to use an old car seat like from the 90s or
Oh
something.
yeah, no, yeah, that's true. Definitely not.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't I haven't
Hmm.
heard of that either.
Oh yeah. There's so many things to think about. It's just like it can definitely get overwhelming for sure.
Yeah, it seems like you need a guide or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, so you're going to take some time off of work, or are you going to try and just fix that in after the
Well,
baby's born?
yeah. I'll keep doing my thing. That's one of the things I love about the business is that, you do it on your own time and at your own
Hmm.
pace. So, if I need to, I mean, I will not quit. I'm in it for life. I love it so much. But, if I need to slow down for a little bit, I can, but I'll still be touching base with my customers and, sharing about it and stuff like that. But I'm sure I'll slow down a little bit when the baby comes, but no, I'll jump right back in. That's one
Hmm.
thing I love about it.
Yeah, that is nice to be able to do
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
What about a name? Have you decided on a name yet?
No. We have kicked around some names, but I think we've just been kind of soaking it in for, a few couple weeks. Um,
Hmm.
like with my son, I feel like I knew the name that I felt like he should be, and so it wasn't that hard. I just had to, convince my husband and make sure he loved it too. But we
Hmm.
also had a family name that we could use for the middle name. Um, but now we're working on some more. So
Hmm.
we're
Yeah.
not 100% decided on that. We're getting close, but still working on it.
How have y'all been deciding? Because I think it's funny. I have other friends, like they practically play a game on deciding
Oh
names.
yeah. Oh, okay. So like the winner gets to choose the name.
No,
Is
it's
that how
more
we do
like
it?
there's like a swipe right kind of with names. So they each do it on their phone to see if
Oh,
yeah, to see if any of the mutual names are the same.
now that's a fun idea.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure there's an app for that, huh? I'll have to check that out.
I have no idea what it's called. I'll have to look it
That's
up
funny. Yeah.
because they can't decide either.
Yeah. Well, I think we just kind of like personally the way it's gone so far is like I'll just kind of be like, "Hey, what do you think about this name?" Or "Have you thought of any names that you like?" And he'll, tell me one or two and um just kind of go from there. And if I feel really strongly about one, I'll just kind of like slip it in and let it soak in his brain for a little bit and
Hmm.
see if it grows on him. But we're still, I think we've come up with a first name that we would both be happy with.
Hmm.
But we're still working on a middle name because the first two have family names as middle names, and this one would not if we go with the one that I really like so far. But I'm
Hmm.
open. I mean, it's not, I want something that we both like. So I'm
Yeah.
open to different stuff. But yeah, I got to find a fun app or something, a game we can play about it. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Just make it like a challenge.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to someone else that is pregnant in their 40s? Like, what's the difference between, pregnancy in your 40s so far versus your 30s?
Oh man. I would personally, just from the differences in pregnancies that I've had, I would say you can relax a little bit. I mean, with my first, I didn't know that I should be worried about anything because I hadn't had any losses. Like everything was great.
Hmm.
Um, with my son, it took so long to get pregnant, and we had losses, and um, did the IVF, and oh my God, the trauma of all that, and the money and everything that just goes into that, mentally,
Hmm.
emotionally, financially. I was paranoid about everything. Like, I told my doctor, like, I wouldn't even drink tap water because I read somewhere that tap water could be bad and help,
Oh,
make you
wow.
not have babies. Like, I was drinking all bottled water and like no caffeine, and I was trying to eat all this special food just to try to get pregnant. Um,
Hmm.
but now, I mean, for 18 weeks of this baby's life in my tummy, I mean, I've been drinking caffeine and eating normal stuff and just not even thinking about it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I do exercise a little bit, and I do watch what I eat, but I mean, thank goodness I don't really drink, so I haven't been going crazy with that. But that'd be a little bit different. But I mean, I've been drinking tap water, and I just haven't worried about what I ate. So
Hmm.
I think that all that stuff is so easy to get worked up in your head that you stress about it, and that's why you like laser focus on it. But I
Yeah.
mean, I think it's okay. Like, calm down. You're probably doing
Hmm.
more damage because you're so stressed about it than, than what actually happened if you drank tap water. I mean,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I would just say you can relax a little bit.
I'm totally guilty of that. Like, we've been
Yeah.
keto and carnivore, and I'm like, that's the answer. There's nothing else. That's why we're not pregnant. It's my diet.
Yeah. I
And
mean, you just don't know. But I mean, I do think that
hmm.
it's okay if you go off of that diet. I mean, if you still watch what you eat,
Hmm.
eat reasonably well. But I mean, it's easy to get in that mindset, though. Totally. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many things I read and research I did just to like try to figure out why I was not getting pregnant or why they weren't sticking, and all this stuff. I
Hmm.
did acupuncture. Oh
Hmm.
man, it was a mess. It was a lot.
Yeah. It's like, I just want an answer. Tell me why.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, yep. I feel you.
I got my labs back and they're like, everything looks great. And I'm like, no, no, no. Tell me
But
why. I want something
yeah,
wrong.
yep. Give me an answer. Tell me. Yep, I understand for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, what about any products? Is there anything you can't live without whenever you're pregnant?
Well, I drink a lot of decaf coffee now, which has been fine. Um, but like, what other product? And that's another thing is like, um, I get asked a lot about skincare, like what can you use when you're pregnant or trying to get pregnant. And I mean,
Hmm.
I am a product of the product, and I love our products, and I've been using them for the first 18 weeks of this baby. So, I'm still using it. I've cut back a little bit just to make sure I'm like minimizing extra products. But I mean, I'm trying to think of one like products that I've kind of stopped that I know would not be good. But
Hmm.
I think I'm just trying to be like mindful of not using extra products that I don't need. Like new
Hmm.
hair stuff or like whatever I put in or on my body, um, just to kind of minimize the extra stuff you don't really know what all is in them.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's not. I'm trying to think if there's one thing I can't live without, or that I have had to live without.
Like, whenever you sleep, do you have to have a special pillow or clothes?
Oh, well, no, I don't have to have a special pillow yet, but I never did. I actually tried with one of my babies when I was pregnant to do one of those body pillows, and it felt weird to me. I couldn't do it.
Hmm.
Um, But
They're
I
so
do
big
love,
too.
oh, they're so, yeah, they take up so much room and then it's just, and hot. Anyway. But I do love the over the bump pants. They're like supportive and comfy, and all my pants now, I want them to go over the bump instead of just the, the side things.
So you're already, when did you start showing?
I started showing like, well, in my mind, I feel like I was showing at like 15 or 16 weeks. But I mean, whenever I shared about it, I had just I had been with my mom and like my aunts and my cousins, you know, the people who know me best. And I mean, we were swimming and I was in my swimsuit in front of them. And it was, I mean, I was like 17 weeks at that point and they had no idea. I was like, so if my mama didn't know, I guess I wasn't really showing. But, so like, but I feel like right after I posted it, we shared it on Facebook. He just came right out and he is popping now. So probably about 18 weeks or so is when I really started showing, I feel like. Yeah. But I mean, I could tell a difference way before that. I mean, I was thinking I was bloated and gaining weight in the midsection and all that stuff. So he was definitely making his way.
You're like, is this a baby or am I just gaining weight?
Yeah.
Well, is there anything I should have asked but didn't?
Gosh. I mean, not that I can think. I mean, if you're over 40, it's possible. Don't just put it out of your head. I've heard a lot of stories since I've, been going through this of people who, the same boat as me, like they had IVF and then after that they got surprised pregnant and they didn't think they could. So, I mean, you just never know. It's possible. And we were not trying at all. No, let's see. I can't think of anything that we missed.
Were you on birth control or anything to prevent pregnancies at all?
I was on, birth control, but not very consistently. My husband's, insurance, like with his company had changed. And so, I wasn't consistent 100%, but I was using it. I mean, I remember 2 days before I found out, I was like, well, I guess maybe I don't know if I should do this, if maybe I am or not. Anyway, but I mean, yeah, I did it just not consistently. So.
Well, that's great. You have a really, I love a story where you're just surprised. I would love to be surprised at 18 weeks.
Oh yeah, I know. And that was another thing. My doctor was like, man, just think like you're already halfway through this with your son. You were counting every second. You were stressed about every single thing.
Exactly.
Worried about everything. And now you're like halfway done. It's like, I know. Thank the Lord.
Stephanie, thank you so much for joining me on the show today and sharing your story. And if you liked this episode, please subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Our next episode is going to be Misty, who just had her first baby at 41, and I can't wait to share her story with you. I will see you on the next episode. Bye!